graceful. So graceful.
Hello everyone, 2020 has struck again. Your girl got in a pretty bad electric bike accident in New York City, and we're struggling. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to hopefully end on a positive, productive note. And shout out to Warby Parker for sponsoring this video. These specs I'm rocking here are one of 5 of their home try-on kit. They send you 5 frames for free, and you get to decide what glasses you like, try them on, send them back with a label they provide, and order the glasses that you like. How do you like these? Usually I go with chunkier frames, so I'm trying to rock a different look because we're getting real, but we might as well be looking cute. Compliments of Warby Parker. Recently, I was just feeling kind of meh. I was like, you know what? I need a break soon. I really need a break from making videos, from worrying about, honestly, anything. So I was like, cool. I'll figure that out later. But in the meantime, I gotta film an update video with the M1 MacBook because Chrome, a day after I posted my MacBook video, updated itself to be native on Apple Silicon. How exciting! I hop on my bike. I start zooming. It was like any other day, really. Luckily, it was pretty cold. So I wore a puffy jacket and really big gloves. I'm riding about 25 miles per hour. There's someone in front of me on a bike. I'm in the bike lane. I gotta go around them. As I decide to go around this person, they decide to turn right out of the bike lane at the same time I'm trying to go around them without looking over their shoulder. Boom! I get sideswiped, fall into the road. Thank goodness there was no taxi there to run me over, but I am shooketh. My right leg gets lodged in between my heavy bike and the pavement. I go sliding. My leg and my hands get most of the fall. Luckily, again, I had thick gloves on, so still able to edit, guys. I wiggle my way out of the road and kind of just lay there in between the bike lane and the road. What just happened? Completely stunned. The guy who ran into me was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, clearly not. Stare off into the distance a little bit more. Getting hit kind of was just the final straw for me of 2020. I know so many people have had worse than me. Trust me. So I don't want to sound ungrateful about complaining or anything. I just feel like I have posted a lot of positive tech videos, which are fine, and I really love to do those, but I wouldn't be honest if I didn't just have one moment with you guys. Like, it's been rough. And also, I miss just talking to you guys. I mean, YouTube used to be, much less of talking at you with the videos I'm making and more talking with you and having conversations. So this kind of goes in line with something I've been wanting to do forever, is just talking to you guys more without a piece of tech. I know that's dangerous. I know it might get boring, but I'm testing the waters here. So yeah, 2020, 2 really long periods of just crazy anxiety. I am over them right now. Who knows if they'll creep back, but they were so obviously bad that now I can confidently say, like, oh yeah, I'm not struggling with those because I'm not freaking out having a panic attack or freaking out at every little tiny sound that happens outside of my New York City windows when I'm asleep and I wake up and again in a panic. I lost a family member. I went through something that was gonna be super life-changing, but then just didn't happen. I've struggled with my purpose. When you're kind of just stuck inside your apartment for so long, you start thinking of like the bigger questions, right? And so getting smacked on my bike was the tipping point. I'm like, okay, all right, you gotta change some things, Sarah. But I'm optimistic, and this is why. It reminds me of a time period in 2016 where, oh my gosh, I was losing my ish. So I just moved to New York City, very exciting, but my apartment by Penn Station had a ton of mice. I got hit by a taxi riding my boosted board. Clearly, stay out of the bike lanes. They're super dangerous in New York. I'd argue they're more dangerous than actually riding in the street. I was just ending my residency with Adobe, and I was like, can I do this YouTube thing? Can I do it full time? I'm scared. I was vlogging every day, and I hated it a ton. And I just went to this motto that I later made a video about probably 2 or 3 years later that really struck a chord with people. And I was super surprised by it. And I just mentioned this motto, one for me, one for them. And that's something that I started in, later 2016, beginning of 2017. And that mindset helped carry me through, a lot of good years of YouTube and my career and my personal life. And so this is almost like a little bit of a refresher video for you guys and me. and me. Okay. So during that time 4 years ago, when I was kind of at my breaking point, I was like, Sarah, you're doing way too much for them. You're kind of living your life for them. You are making content for them. You're not thinking about what actually you want to make, and that has to change. Of course, it's your job. Of course, you're going to have to do things you don't want to do. At the end of the day, that's life, right? One for me, one for them. That's the hints, one for them. But you got to start living your life for you, and you're going to regret it if you don't. And you guys know the story. I've stopped daily vlogging. I got back to the core of what I really enjoy doing, and everything got better, and life is perfect. Well, not so much. So I kind of find myself in that loop again, and it's really dangerous for me to feel like I'm in a rat race. When I was in college pursuing an engineering degree, I was just doing what my parents thought I wanted to do. My family, are you guys proud? I'm going to be an electrical engineer, 6-figure salary. You guys are proud, aren't you? But that wasn't for me. And that was a rat race. I was doing what everyone else was doing. And right now I feel like I'm sort of in a rat race, and that's what has been kind of pulling at me. And there are some things that I want to do differently, but I'm scared. There's some different types of YouTube videos I want to make and some career changes, but I'm scared. But oh my gosh, y'all. When I was lying on the ground and my only focus was, oh wow, is my foot broken? A lot of the stuff that I was worrying about started to seem pretty small. Pretty small. Last week, this video was supposed to be completely different, right? But now I'm like, oh man, I gotta go back to that motto. I gotta go back to one for me, one for them. Okay, I have a job I have to do. I feel like I want to serve the people of the internet in some respect. But Sarah, you haven't asked yourself in a while, who are you living for? What are you doing? And I think that is something that maybe you guys can relate, and you can ask yourself. Did you know during the 2008 recession here in the States, they had record college enrollment? When everyone was strapped for cash, freaking out about the world, a lot of people went back to college. When times are tough, I think people reevaluate their entire person, and it can be a really effective step forward for change, for good. Hopefully. Now, there's more to that bike accident story that I want to tell you, but before that, Warby Parker, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, and thank you for making the dopest glasses ever. And they also have contacts. Did you guys know that? Warby Parker is committed to provide exceptional vision care online and in stores, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, eye exams, and contact lenses. Also, while I'm telling you more about them, I'm gonna try on the other glasses from my home try-on kit. Please let me know which one you like the best, because I'm only going to get my prescription in one of these, because at this point I think I have like 20 different pairs of glasses. Okay, number one. This is number one, guys, okay? Number two. Warby Parker glasses are extremely affordable, so they're fashion, but they start at only $95, including prescription lenses. You can take the quiz on their website to figure out what glasses are perfect for you. This might be trouble. I might like all of these. After you take the quiz and figure out the frames that you want to try on, again, this home try-on kit is amazing. 5 frames, 5 business days to try them on for free, and the shipping is free. My personal experience with Warby Parker has been amazing. Not only do they have awesome frames, but recently I went to the eye doctor, guys, for the first time in a really long time, actually. Remember this picture I showed you of my dilated eyes? Ugh. And I decided to finally get an update to my contacts prescription for the first time in years. And I was able to fulfill my contacts prescription through Warby Parker without any hidden fees. So they've literally become kind of my one-stop shop for all things eyeballs. Was that weird that I said eyeballs? Okay, let me know in the comments down below what is your favorite, but I think I know what my favorite is. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Boom! I did not expect to like these so much. They're orange. Okay, so if you're interested, go to warbyparker.com/SarahDietschy to try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. 5 pairs that you can try for 5 business days for free. There's no obligation to buy. It ships free, and they include a prepaid return label. Just check out my link in the description below if you're interested. And in the words of Warby Parker's home try-on kit, we're gonna pivot this conversation towards the positive, and guess what, guys? Good things await you. Okay, so I want to go back to the bike crash for a little bit, because, you know, even though I would have loved for that not to happen. Trust me, making videos, doing anything productive in my life on crutches has been very hard for the past week. But at the same time, it kind of restored my faith in humanity. I know that's a tall order. That's a big deal. This past year, I have felt so disconnected from everything. And I think I'm not alone when I say a little bit lonely. We're talking to a lot of our friends and family through a screen. There's not a lot of human to human contact right now, not even a simple handshake or a hug from a friend of, hey, how are you doing? When I was laying on the ground and I was just in shock, and I imagine things didn't look too good when I was just on the ground like, huh. I didn't cry though. I didn't cry. New York City turned up for me in a way that I cannot even explain. Well, I actually can, because after 25 minutes of multiple people helping me out, complete strangers, I gave my phone to one of the guys and was like, can you take a couple pictures? Because I want to remember this moment, because this is crazy. So cars were going by, people are going by, and immediately people are like, oh my gosh, are you okay? How can I help? What's up? The first person who came up, in addition to the guy who sideswiped me, literally went to the corner store, bought Ace bandages, and bought me a water. It didn't help that day that I was running so low on energy and food. I was just so shaken up. I chugged the water. I could finally talk. And as I was lifting up my pant leg, there was some blood. There was already some swelling and bruising. And he literally sat there and wrapped my knee, wrapped my ankle with these Ace bandages that he just bought. And I was kind of just sitting there like, oh my God, well, thank you. At this point, I was kind of like, well, I'll just ride my bike home, right? I can ride my bike home. I was still on adrenaline. By this time, another person had stopped on a bike and was making me feel better about his own war stories on the bike. Just, oh, it's another battle scar. You push on. And then another person came by, Lisa. She was giving me freaking Advil. She went and bought ice. I was already icing my ankle. At this point, I was realizing, oh, I'm kind of messed up. There's no way that I'm gonna ride my bike home. No. So after I was wrapped, iced, medicated, all on the side of a dirty New York City road, Lisa offered me a ride home to my apartment. The guys put my heavy Super 73 bike in the back of her SUV. And again, these people are just strangers, just New Yorkers who stopped to help me. They carried me to the passenger side of the car, and Lisa drove me home. And Lisa here is giving me a ride back to my apartment.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Of course.
And I'm gonna
Anytime.
visit, so it's right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna visit her Italian restaurant in Chelsea.
Da Umberto.
Okay, because it sounds delicious. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
I couldn't put any weight on my foot. It was a problem. So she literally carted me up in these package trolleys that we have to bring packages up to our apartment. My doorman helped me bring my bike in. And so here was this stranger in my apartment settling me down on the couch, grabbing me ice. And I was just like, okay, one, I'm in pain, but holy smokes, people are so nice. And in that instant, I was like, listen, I know we're not supposed to be hanging out with people, but those forced interactions of those 4 to 5 strangers, I didn't even tell you that. I mean, again, I wish the delivery guy didn't run into me, but he literally offered me his tips. He felt so bad that he gave me a wad of 20s. And I was like, no, dude, it's fine. Just look over your shoulder next time. But these forced interactions with strangers, with humans, it filled me up in a way that was just so unexpected. I'm like, man, this is what people are missing out right now. I understand why it's depressing. I understand. I can't even imagine being an extrovert right now. I feel you guys. It's tough out there. It's crazy. But those interactions with humans, I was like, okay, I have hope. I have faith. I know this is crazy, but I believe in humans are innately good and they rise to the occasion, So man, that just New Yorkers came in so clutch. Thank you guys, all the people who stopped and helped me. I mean, that was amazing. And I know this has gone on 2 different tangents, but the part 1 is just a lot of bad I feel like is happening right now in my personal life too. But a lot of times that is the catalyst to change, and it's the catalyst to just do something different, to mix it up. I'm telling you, making different types of YouTube videos for you guys doesn't seem like that big of a deal considering the macro of the world now. It just doesn't. So guess what? We'll try some new things out maybe. I don't know. And then the part 2 is, I know things can be grim, but I have hope. I think there's hope. I think there's hope in individuals and people. Just like Mr. Rogers says, look for the helpers. And not just look for the helpers because, helpers turned up for me, y'all. Hello. But be a helper. I think those are the two things that I'm kind of leaving the past year with and the past week with is let's reassess some things. Let's figure out what that one for me is, and let's be a helper. I know it's hard right now. We're not interacting with strangers, but what would that look like for you in your life? Because being that helper helps with perspective as well. Okay, I've been ranting. This was a little heart to heart. I hope this was okay with you guys, just a little chat. And I hope it isn't weird to also bring it back to the sponsor of this video, but I forgot to mention that Warby Parker also partners with nonprofits to make sure every pair of glasses that they sell, they give to a person in need. I mean, vision is so huge for work, for being a functioning human, to be able to see. And so I just love that they do that. Again, you can check out my link in the description below. And just tell me in the comments what you're thinking. So it's either like, give me your opinion on what glasses I should get, or what has been going on in your life and what are you going to do about it? Just leave me a few sentences down in the description below, and I would love to chat with you guys. Let me know if you like this video. Hit that subscribe button down below for new videos every single week. And until next time, you guys, stay peachy. Okay, bye.